A Scottsbluff man is sentenced to prison this morning after having sex with a 12-year-old girl back in 2017. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 20-year-old Scottsbluff man who had sex with a 12-year-old girl and was in possession of child pornography has been sentenced to 5 to 8 years in prison, but may only be spending about 22 months with the Nebraska Department of Corrections. This morning, Ashanti Kelly was sentenced on convictions for first-degree sexual assault on an incompetent person, attempted child enticement by electronic communication device, and 4 counts of possession of child pornography. Court documents say investigators learned that Kelly had sex with the girl on several occasions in the summer of 2017 and filmed the girl and saved multiple photos and videos sent through social media. Kelly will also have to register as a sex offender once he's released from prison, and with 246 days credit for time already served, he could be released from prison in the fall of 2021 if he does not lose any good time. Well, Gering Police are investigating an incident at Lincoln Elementary where a substitute teacher was reportedly looking at adult-themed websites during the school day. Officers were dispatched around 12:15 on Friday for a call about an issue with a substitute teacher, and later that day a letter was sent home to 5th grade parents stating that the sub was removed from the school for unprofessional behavior. Several sources tell KNEB News that the teacher was reportedly caught looking at adult-themed websites during the school day. This week, Gering officers have been conducting multiple interviews in regards to this investigation to determine if any crimes were committed. Gering Public Schools has not responded to inquiries about the incident, and the name of the substitute teacher has not been released. No charges have been filed. Well, it was an infamous day yesterday as the U.S. House has impeached President Donald Trump on a charge that he abused the power of his office to investigate a political rival ahead of the 2020 election, as well as the charge of obstruction of Congress. Yesterday, Congressman Adrian Smith spoke on the floor opposing the impeachment of President Trump.
Impeachment is importantly established in our Constitution. The impeachment of a president has only happened twice in our country's 243-year history. Yet today, for highly political purposes, the House majority is trying to remove President Trump from office based on secondhand indirect accounts. The articles of impeachment we are voting on today offer no evidence of a crime, but instead are purposely broad to fit the majority's narrative. Less than 1 year until the next presidential election, we are being asked to override the choice of the American people. This lopsided and hyper-partisan biased impeachment process has been predetermined as an outcome from the very beginning. This is an unfortunate day in the history of our great country. We must hope this political game does not set a precedent of which to follow in the future. Surely there will be disagreements between a president and Congress for many years to come. Instead of unnecessarily dividing our country, as we are seeing today, we should be looking at ways to bring our country together.
Trump becomes the 3rd president in U.S. history to be impeached, and the charges against Trump will next go to the Republican-controlled Senate for a trial. Trump, who says he's done nothing wrong, would almost certainly be acquitted there due to the Republican majority. Well, coming up after the break, Bill's in with your full weather forecast. Just got that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
At TC & Moore in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & Moore has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & Moore on Facebook. TCN Moore, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
When you're Arby's, you can do certain things, like load roast beef and curly fries onto a sandwich, add horsey sauce, Arby's sauce, and cheddar cheese sauce on there. Sell them 2 for $6. And when you're Arby's, you can call it the Arbinator. Because if you aren't, Arbinator is a super strange name to just invent. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Across the region tonight, we're going to go with clear skies and temps falling down into the 20s. Another comfortable evening. Not much going on out there. Nice weather really going to continue, and it's going to get even nicer through the weekend. Cooler by Christmas Day, but there's very little snow coming in with this system. Active later on next week and into the weekend possibly. 49 yesterday after a morning low of 18. Nothing in the rain gauge. We might add a little more before the end of the year, see if we can get over 20 inches for the year, which is 1979, still an outstanding total. 31 in North Platte. You can see the elevation here showing up quite well on this color map. The colder areas in the low-lying areas, and then much colder here in the high country as well. And that's what we see when we zoom in here to the local area. 34 Ogallala and Oshkosh, Scottsbluff at 35. It's 34 Cheyenne, 32 in Wheatland. Winds about 10 to 15 miles an hour, a little stronger. Right here in the wind-prone areas of eastern Wyoming, that's dropping wind chills colder there. Everywhere else in the 20s to near 30 degrees. Nothing going on. Clouds are going to move off to the east and out of here tonight. We're left with clear skies mainly across the region. We'll call it mostly clear. Lows are going to fall down into the teens and 20s, mostly 20s for us. Of course, those colder pockets, Alliance up to Chadron, down into the upper teens. Then for tomorrow, we start the day with sunshine, and we're going to end the day with sunshine as well. Lots of sun out there tomorrow. A few late day clouds try to poke their head out here in the eastern panhandle. That is about it. Then we're just left with clear skies on into the start of your weekend, and Saturday and Sunday both look very, very nice. 48 tomorrow here, 43 in Lusk, 45 over in Cheyenne. So partly cloudy early, mainly clear skies late, 22 for a low. For tomorrow, mainly sunny and highs right up into the upper 40s, near 50 degrees tomorrow. And our 7-day forecast looks very nice as well. First day of winter comes Saturday. How about 55? Sunday into the upper 50s. Then by Christmas Eve, Tuesday, we start to cool down a little bit. And then Christmas Day into the near 40 degree mark. But generally speaking here over the next 7 days, not too bad of weather. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any major travel impacts through at least Christmas Day. We'll have to keep an eye on next weekend for some possible travel impacts. But until then, things look really pretty nice here across the high plains.
2 of the most Arby's sandwiches ever made for $6. They're big, but downing 2 is possible. You just gotta believe in yourself. I believe in you. Arby's, we have the meats.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC & More has gifts for the holidays. The Christmas decor is up, and we're ready to help you make your holiday festive. From Santas to realistic flickering candles to give your home a warm glow. Next, check out our clothing and accessories for women, like stylish gloves and Myra bags. Finally, pamper yourself or a loved one with soaps and lotions. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC & More, downtown Scottsbluff. And we've extended our children's educational materials.
Welcome back. A Gering man has been convicted of sexually assaulting a 15-year-old girl at a Scottsbluff trailer court earlier this year. 36-year-old Kevin Shortbull Jr. pleaded guilty on Monday to amended charges of first-degree sexual assault on an incompetent person and procuring alcohol for a minor. In exchange for his guilty plea, the sexual assault charge was changed from a Class 1B felony to a Class 2 felony, and the state dismissed 6 misdemeanor charges. Additionally, the state is going to recommend that Shortbull Jr. receives a prison sentence no less than 10 years, but no more than 12 years. Sentencing in this matter has been set for February 6th in Scottsbluff County District Court. Well, authorities say they are seeking an 18-year-old Torrington man in connection with a shooting last week that left another man wounded. Jaden Redder is wanted for the shooting at a residence that left 19-year-old Austin Peters with a single wound to the abdomen. Investigators are trying to locate Redder and say anybody with information on his whereabouts are asked to contact the Torrington Police Department at 307-532-7001. Peters is expected to make a full recovery, and a motive for the shooting has not yet been disclosed. And a 63-year-old inmate at the Wyoming Medium Correctional Institution in Torrington has died after a lengthy illness. The Wyoming Department of Corrections says that John B. Miller died at the prison on Sunday, and an autopsy has been ordered. Officials did not release any details about the death. Miller was sentenced back in 1986 on a murder charge and was serving a life sentence. No other details were released. Well, straight ahead, a big change coming to the Scottsbluff Bearcat football team. Chris Cottrell has that story in sports right after this.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
You said yes. Together, you planned every detail. You married. And then you realized 500 square feet just isn't enough room for two. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. You decide to add another to your family. You start reading parenting books. You're amazed that such a small human could need so much space. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Now, sports from the First National Bank Sports Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
Got more coaching news plus a big weekend of high school basketball coverage across the network. We start with a man on the move. Look, everyone associated with Scottsbluff High School football knew the day was coming. And honestly, they probably expected it sooner rather than later. Well, sooner arrived on Tuesday morning as Jake McLean, a rising star in the coaching profession, decided the time was right as he accepted the head coaching job at Holdridge High School.
Number one, I think their administration was very welcoming, and they definitely showed support. They did some things that I haven't seen. And they believe that Holdridge can be a successful program, and I think that's where it starts for any high school program to be successful. The top down is where the belief has to come from, and so I'm very fortunate to be stepping into a good situation, I feel.
McLean was on staff at Scottsbluff under Joe Benson and Judd Hall for 6 years, serving as the defensive coordinator for the last 4 seasons. He says this move right now matches up with some of his long-term goals in the coaching profession.
I would like to coach for 20 years, I think, as a head coach. I also kind of have a feather in my hat, so to speak, about trying to become a head coach at a Class A school, I think, someday, and maybe getting back into the high school baseball world at some point.
Scottsbluff's supreme talent, plus McLean's aggressive nature, sure led to some pretty sick units on defense the last few years for the Cats. He says playing quarterback in high school and college, though, really helped him to develop his mindset for coaching the other side of the ball.
You know the pressure points and what defenses can do to give you headaches and whatnot, and so those were the things that we tried to do as a defense, and most of it involved getting pressure on the quarterback or playing fast and looking like we're got some bullets out there flying around.
The head coach at Scottsbluff, Judd Hall, well, he knows they're losing a special talent.
It meant a lot. You know, he's a guy that brings a lot of energy to practice every day. A guy that's always prepared in his duties, and a guy that you never have to worry about. You know, as an offense coordinator for 5 years with him, never had to worry about the quarterback play. Never had to worry about where they were at defensively or what we were going to try and accomplish defensively. And then this year as a head coach, when we game planned, whatever he brought to the table is what we were going to go with. So he's a guy that's always prepared and a guy that always puts his team in position to win.
And it's not just Coach Hall, but veteran guys like Coach Benson, Derek Deaver, Mark Moran, Todd Mangini, some of those former assistants, also opposing coaches like McCook's Jeff Gross. They'd all tell you how good McLean was at his job.
Yeah, that means a whole lot. I think they would say, most of us would say the same. All of us would say the same thing about each other. It's one of the things I think that has the Scottsbluff football program being so successful is the consistency from all the coaches. For me, I mean, that's just, I want to be good at what I'm doing, and I don't really feel comfortable if I don't put in the time, and so that was never really a hard choice for me. It's been a really good experience, and looking forward to the future too.
Coach was involved with 47 wins over the last 6 seasons and also helped guide the team to back-to-back Class B state championship games. So many great players and memories. McLean now with some thoughts on those guys and then a look ahead to what's got him excited about this move to the Holdridge Dusters.
I would honestly say those players are going to be the memories I will take with me forever. Nick Mogg's birthday, Gavin Howell doing up downs, that type of stuff. I mean, you can't, it's priceless. Chris Busby at practice every day and just his voice. I mean, the things that made it enjoyable for me were the kids. And so that's really the memories I'm going to take with me. The current freshman class is big, and they had some guys that got varsity experience this last year. Other than that, I know the middle school levels had about 30 to 40 kids on each team, and so it looks like there's something to build with there. And so I'm just excited to get down there and meet them in person and see what there is to work with.
Safe to say Christmas has come early for Holdridge High School football as Jake McLean is set to be their next head coach. Coach Hall and Scottsbluff losing a good one, obviously. They'll start to work with administration to find a new assistant coach for their outstanding football program. We'll have more high school basketball coverage this weekend as we close things out on today's update. High school basketball across the network, just the one TV radio combo. That'll be tomorrow night with Ogallala in town to play at Gering. Jeff Kelly with the Gering games this weekend. I'll be in town tomorrow night. And then out on the road to Casper on Saturday. Scottsbluff doubleheaders this weekend against Chadron and Natrona County. That girls game tomorrow at home against Chadron figures to be a really good one. Cardinals beat Scottsbluff in girls action at the Western Conference Tournament a couple weekends back. That'll do it for today. The latest from right here at the First National Bank Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan will check the community calendar right after this when we come back on KNEB.TV.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Christmas is in the air at Compliments for you and your home. Come in today to see all the Christmas decor you'll need to help brighten up your house, from tree decorations to carolers and Santas. We also have beautiful and original ladies' fashions for the holiday season, which appeal to women of all ages and sizes. And for the cold nights, bundle up in some coffee shop clothing. Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we offer loans with competitive rates and quick decisions from our experienced lenders. Our team works hard to get to know you and your business. From ag to auto, home loans, and everything in between, we're here to help. Stop by Platte Valley Bank or apply online to find the loan that is right for you today.
And finally tonight, tomorrow will be the last chance for folks to head on over to the Legacy of the Plains Museum for their Yuletide Lights display. For those of you who do not know what Yuletide Lights is all about, Museum Director Dave Wolf explains.
We will, at 5 o'clock, we'll shut all the lights off in the gallery, and we'll have Christmas lights strung throughout the whole exhibit hall, so people can come in and kind of just get a different view of the museum and go on fun, right? You know, we all like to travel around and see all the Christmas and do the oohs and the ahs and the ohs, and so we're hoping people will be able to just kind of come in. It'll be a little bit warmer. We'll have some coffee and cocoa out. So yeah, just another way of experiencing the museum. And then they'll also be able to vote for their favorite tree too.
Children will also be able to write their last-minute letters to Santa enjoy some Christmas coloring pages, and everybody can vote on the trees in the trees along the trail. Friday's Yuletide Lights event will run from 5 to 8 p.m. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you here next time.